Not my will, but yours be done. Sovereign Lord, I come before you with hands that have been clenched too tightly for too long. I confess my deep need to control, to manage outcomes, manipulate circumstances, and orchestrate results according to my preferences. I have lived as though I were the director of my own story, the captain of my own ship, the master of my own fate. But this is an exhausting illusion. Control is a myth I have believed, a security I have sought, a power I have never actually possessed. My attempts to control reveal deeper issues lurking in my heart. Fear that you won't come through, that if I don't take matters into my own hands, things will fall apart. Belief that I know better than you what is best for me. Inability to trust your goodness, your wisdom, your timing. Pride that insists I should be able to handle life without vulnerable dependence. These roots run deep, fed by years of self-reliance and the culture's message that I am in charge of my own destiny. I see my need for control most clearly in how I try to change people. I have plans for how others should live, what they should choose, how they should change. I manipulate through guilt or pressure. I control through giving or withholding approval. I manage through hovering or micromanaging. But people are not puppets, and I am not their master. You alone change hearts. You alone transform lives. My job is to love, pray, and trust you with outcomes I cannot control. Today, I choose surrender. Not passive resignation that gives up and checks out, but active trust that releases control to you. Surrender is not admitting defeat, but acknowledging reality. I am not sovereign, you are. I cannot guarantee tomorrow. You hold the future. I cannot orchestrate outcomes. You work all things according to your purposes. Surrender is the only sane response to the truth of who you are and who I am. I release to you the people I've tried to control, those I love and want to protect but cannot ultimately save, family members whose choices I cannot dictate, friends whose paths I cannot determine, children I must let grow into their own relationship with you. I release them into your hands, which are far safer than mine. You love them more than I do. You know what they need better than I do. You can reach their hearts in ways I never could. I trust them to you. I surrender my plans and dreams, even good desires that may not align with your will for my life, career ambitions that may be my idea rather than your direction, relationship goals that may not reflect your best, financial plans that may not account for your provision in unexpected ways, dreams for my future that may be too small or aimed at the wrong target. I hold these loosely, open-handed, willing for you to take away what you didn't give and to redirect what doesn't serve your purposes. I yield my right to understand everything, to have all questions answered before obeying. I surrender my need to see 3 steps ahead before taking 1 step forward. I release my demand for explanations and timelines. Your ways are not my ways. Your thoughts are not my thoughts. You are not obligated to explain yourself to me. My job is to trust and obey, not to fully comprehend before I commit. I surrender control of my circumstances, the situations I find myself in that I did not choose and cannot change, health limitations that restrict what I can do, financial constraints that limit my options, relational complications that I cannot fix, past experiences that I cannot undo, present realities that I must accept. Rather than railing against what is or frantically trying to force change, I surrender to what you allow, trusting that you are sovereign over all and working even through difficulty for my ultimate good. This surrender terrifies me because it requires vulnerability. To surrender control is to admit I am not sufficient. To release my grip is to acknowledge dependence. To trust you completely is to risk disappointment if you don't do what I think you should. But I recognize that the alternative, continuing to cling to illusions of control, leads only to exhaustion, anxiety, and ultimate futility. I cannot control what I was never meant to control, yet I trust that you are worthy of my surrender. You love me perfectly, completely, without reservation or condition. You know me thoroughly, every thought, every motive, every secret. You desire my ultimate good above my temporary comfort. You see what I cannot see. You know what I do not know. Your plans for me are plans for welfare and not for evil, to give me a future and a hope. I can trust you with my life because you proved your trustworthiness at the cross. Your plans are infinitely better than mine. Your timing is perfect while mine is impatient. Your ways lead to life even when they pass through death. Your purposes span eternity while mine focus on the immediate. What I see as detour, you see as necessary route. What feels like delay is actually perfect timing. What appears to be denial is actually protection or redirection towards something better. Help me to live with open hands, holding everything loosely. Possessions are not really mine but yours, entrusted to my stewardship. Relationships are gifts, not possessions. Opportunities are to be received gratefully, not grasped desperately. Even my own life is not my own. I have been bought with a price. I belong to you. Everything I have and everything I am is ultimately yours. I remember Jesus in Gethsemane, facing the cross, praying, "Not my will, but yours be done." This is the prayer of surrender, the ultimate example of releasing control. Jesus had preferences. He asked if the cup might pass. Jesus felt anguish. He sweat drops of blood. Jesus was fully human in his desire to avoid suffering. Yet he surrendered his will to yours. He trusted your wisdom over his comfort. He chose obedience over self-preservation. By his example and through his Spirit, empower me to pray the same prayer and mean it. Daily, moment by moment, I surrender to you. In decisions big and small, I choose your will over mine. In circumstances pleasant and painful, I trust your sovereignty. In relationships easy and difficult, I release outcomes to you. In times of clarity and confusion, I depend on your guidance. I surrender all, my past with its regrets, my present with its challenges, my future with its uncertainties. Take control of what I was never meant to control. Be Lord of all, not just Lord of some. I am yours completely. In Jesus' surrendered name, amen.